Okay, here's the roof. I thought I might be able to do this without having to climb up here, but from the sides it's too far to reach in. Can't do it from the front. So I just went and got my big ladder I usually get used to climb up on the roof of the house. You can see where this stuff is hard. Oh no, it feels kind of soft. Maybe it won't be as difficult to take off as not. Anyways, that's the first thing, is take this. Got to get all this goop off, which is self-leveling sealant, which is what I'm going to put back on it. And then there's screws underneath there to unscrew it. Once I get the goop off, then I'll be able to see the screws. And this is not real strong up here. I don't know about climbing up on it. The ladder is spread out with these arms, but we'll see. Okay, let me get started and see what happens. This stuff is sticky like month-old gum underneath the desk. Anyways, doing it with a putty knife is very difficult, but discovered if I get a flat blade screwdriver, I can get around. You can see where it goes down off this thing, but where this stuff is attached to this membrane, the membrane is pulling up, and I gotta be very careful I don't tear that when I get the rest of this stuff off. But you can see all the screws that have to come out, and there's nothing underneath this thing to support it except in a couple of spots. So I put these boards up here. I'll go sit on that, and if that works, I won't fall through the roof and destroy the camper. So I'm gonna get back at it. This stupid ladder, these little things keep coming off the end, and that's metal. I'm gonna get some glue and glue those things on. I don't see why they're not put on there permanently to start with. Okay, back to see if I can get any more of this done before it gets any hotter. Issue, it's not screws, and it's not Torx bits. Some little square-headed thing that fits down in there. I got Torx bits, I got screwdriver bits, but I ain't got no little square ones. Let me try a screwdriver and see if that'll work. Okay, I lied. They're not square-headed, they're just screws. Can't tell because there's goop in them and it looks square, but they're coming out real easy, so with any luck I'll have all the screws out here in just a matter of some minutes. Well, there it is. You can see, yeah, that's not butyl tape. They put some kind of like roof sealant or something on that. That stuff was sticky. That's what was holding it down. It didn't take long at all with the drill to get these screws out. There's a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We had 8 on each side. So 8 times 4, 32 screws, something like that. And they're covered in goop. I missed one here on the corner and had to go back and get it, but I think I managed to get this thing off without destroying this. So now I got to clean this off because it's got to be cleaned 2 inches out for the flange on the other one. And it's starting to cloud up. I hope I can get this done before we get a thunderstorm and throw a tarp up here if nothing else, but I would rather have it done. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this, quit filming so I can get this done. Well, that was surprisingly easy to get all this lap sealant up. I just held down with a putty knife and peeled it away like this, and it pretty much peeled up. And I got all of it up except one little hole there, and I don't know that I didn't do that with the screwdriver before, but it'll be covered up with, it won't make that much of a difference. I wished I hadn't got any holes in it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do much with this stuff. I think they probably had a big tube coming out of the ceiling when they did this, and it just went instead of using butyl tape like everybody else, but it's real gooey. And when I put the butyl tape on the flange of the other one, it will seal around that pretty damn good, and then the lap sealant will go over the edge just like that did, and it'll be watertight. Now I'm going to clean up. We got some clouds coming. Had a little bit of a breeze, made it nice up here. This gets hot. You can't touch that and leave your hand on it. So I'm gonna clean up this mess up here and go get the maxxair fan and put the butyl tape on it and set it in place and see what happens. Okay, I'll be back after I get the other stuff out here. Fan, got the butyl tape all around it. It looks like the screws are going to have to go through the plastic to get through it because there's actually no holes in it. They just covered up the places where the screws are going to come through. Right there. Let me put this in place and then I'll show you. Slipped right down in there. There's that goop that's on there. I think once I get it tightened down and the die-core put on, it'll be just fine. You can see the outline of where the other die-core was. And now all there is to start putting the screws in. And then I'll go get the caulk gun and the tube of die-core and cover up the screw holes and put a bead around the edges, and by the time I get some screws in this, it will. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's only 18 screws, so I think there's fewer screws in this than there was in the other one, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, there it is. Screwed in, 18 screws or however many it was. This flange didn't come out and cover that hole, so I think I'm gonna put a big goop of die-core on that just to start with. But you got to come back and put a little dollop on each screw hole. Although this is a new design. The old ones, the holes are already in it, but the screws go through the plastic, so they do a lot more. It does a lot more to. I guess these things here are for the big cover that fits on it. Just sticks down on top of it. Maybe I still got some of that big white. It's like die-core tape. I don't remember. I'm gonna go look and see if I got some of that. It is raining. You can see there's the clouds coming, and it'll be here in an hour or less. So I got to get this finished up on the roof. Inside I can do while it's raining. It's not gonna make that big a deal. Okay, that's all I'm gonna show you up here on the roof. Everybody's seen people put die-core and caulk and crap like that on stuff, so it's installed. Put the die-core on it, take the plastic and this foam thing off that's just a protector, and we're done. And putting these boards up here to spread your weight out, that's the only way to get up here and do this, because you can see where my feet are. That's just dirt on the roof, but there ain't nothing out here in the middle to support you. There's some structure in there, but not enough for me to trust it to sit up here. But across the edge like this seemed to work just fine. Okay, I'm done up here except for the die-core, and I can do that standing on the ladder. All done. You can see that stuff's already leveling out. I put a lot of extra down here where that little hole was. That covers that hole up. I don't think it's going to be a problem. All I got to do is take the plastic off and take the boards down that I've been sitting on and put the ladder away, and I'm done installing here, so it can rain all it wants now. Okay, done. I'm going to call this part here done. The inside I can do anytime. One final piece of advice for anybody who wants to do this: don't do it in the middle of July, in the middle of the day. I thought I might be able to save something. This is the old trim that was on the old one. It's already cut to fit, and this is the new trim. You have to put it up there and mark it and cut it. Plenty of videos on YouTube on how to do that. I thought I might be able to put this up there, but apparently there's just enough of a difference in size that it won't fit. See, that other one is it's a little bit wider. You can see down there it's falling down in, so I am going to have to use the new trim. But the wires down there, so I might not even have to get extra wire. I might be able to just fish those through the opening and tie those in. I did buy some more of those little clips like that today on the way home from our walk. So this is ready. All I gotta do is, I'm not gonna do any more today. It's gonna go start raining, and I'm literally sweating to death out here. I'm gonna go in and start drinking water and sit in front of the fan. But the manual one is turn the little doohickey, and when it's closed, push up on it and it locks it. So the battery and wiring this up is gonna have to be another day. That's sitting up on that roof. My hands are burnt. That stuff is hot up there. So anyways, cut the trim and all that it boils is you stick it up there and take a magic marker where it comes off, and all it does is cover the opening. You can see already in the previous video segment how this one has little clips in it. Turn those and the screen will come down. And there's enough wire to go ahead and wire it in. Maybe instead of taking all that apart, I'll just fish it over there and use one of them things where you stick this wire in the end, and I'll go ahead and take that apart because I've already bought the clips. But I'm going to do that another day. I'm going to finish cleaning up and go cool off and take a shower and stuff. It is unbelievably hot and humid out here. I think the temperature's in the 80s with a heat index of 412. So the hard part's done. That's the part I had to worry about with the rain and stuff. I don't know if you can see it or not. See, there's a hole here. There's a hole here. At one time, this yard had 56 trees in it. I got earlier videos that actually show it when Ruby first came to live with me 17 years ago, and you can see it looked like a forest out here. But everywhere the stumps rotted, the ground is sinking in. When I was picking up some of that sawdust from them crepe myrtles, I filled in a couple of them. I still took 55-gallon buckets off of that, and it's still piled up 2 feet high there back there next to the fence. Okay, I'm gonna call this video a done deal. There's the old vent, still good. I think I'll just throw it away. Nobody wants something like that. And crunch up the boxes, and I'll keep the documentation, so I make sure I wire the positive to the positive. Everybody uses different color wires these days. Okay, y'all have a good day. Bye.